how could two homes be built just 40 centimetres apart? Now a major win for one of the families. Their neighbours forced to chop off a chunk of their home.
A battle of the burbs over two brand new homes, with one now getting a costly haircut.
I can't believe it's actually happening. There's a gap now. It's amazing.
One family had finished their forever home on the waterfront, but it was built so close to neighbours Kathy Mohan and Devon Matsala, they couldn't finish theirs.
Somehow it got approved through the chain. I don't know how it got approved. Our builder has no idea how it got approved.
The gap between the two properties was just 40 centimetres, meaning builders couldn't get scaffolding up to complete Kathy and Devon's home.
And look, if it was a couple centimetres, we wouldn't be having this conversation, but it's preventing us from building our house. That's big.
When the couple came face to face with their neighbours Greg and Tanya Yong back in January, it was clear one side wasn't happy.
I mean, can you see that there's a problem by looking at all the other houses?
Yeah.
I mean, look, just take a step back and look at the street and look at your house and tell me there's no problem.
The dispute centred around the setback of the upper level. A Gold Coast City Council development approval showed that homes can be built right to the line on the southern perimeter, but on the northern side, upper floors should be set back by 2.5 metres from the neighbouring property. The Yong's house was a violation of that, but they believed it had all been approved.
Just built it to be certified to what it was going to be built to.
You didn't, because there's the rules, and someone would have told you this violates the rules. It's so obvious.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to build it without it being certified.
After the problem was identified, a planning company working for Greg Yong lodged a minor change application to council, requesting retrospective approval of the constructed dwelling. Kathy and Devon didn't believe that change was very minor, and now they've had a major victory.
So council's agreed with you and ordered some big changes here?
Council did issue an enforcement notice on the neighbours. So it's been a long 10 months, but things are now finally progressing. We see the light, so we're pretty happy about that.
In May, Gold Coast City Council determined the upper floor was not compliant, giving the owners 6 months to demolish around 1.5 metres of their finished home.
What did you think when you heard your neighbours were being ordered to chop their top floor?
I can't tell you how happy I was. I mean, finally, justice was done, we'd been waiting for so long. We were so stressed out that their change request might get approved.
Their neighbours moved out in recent months before the work got underway. They didn't respond to our email requesting a response.
They've gone along with council's order, so we're actually very pleased, and we thank them for doing the work and respecting the rules.
Now the couple can focus on their own stalled build, which can hopefully be completed in the new year.
How do you feel seeing that up there, Devon?
Relief that we're finally moving in the right direction after all of the challenges that we've had along the way.
We were all wondering how these two houses were ever permitted to be built so close together. Now we know they weren't, and the building regulator has stepped in to order disciplinary action. The Queensland Building and Construction Commission issued a reprimand against the certifier Troy Keefe, finding he engaged in unsatisfactory conduct.
I think that's good. It shows that there is a policing mechanism at the end of the day.
Kathy and Devon always expected that rules should be followed, and are relieved council saw it the same way.
Fortunately, thanks to a current affair and the publicity that gave to this story, I think it raised the profile in council's eyes as well.
Gold Coast City Council has also been dealing with another controversial development at Mermaid Waters, involving a 3-storey high glass castle towering over its neighbours. A spokesperson saying it was continuing with enforcement action to ensure this development is compliant. Kathy and Devon hope their extraordinary case will set a precedent for others across Australia.
I hope that other people are inspired by our case. To those certifiers and builders out there, we hope that they are inspired to follow the rules.